And nā, ka huri te titiro ki au koutou no Hokonui, from Hokonui Rūnanga, Kaupapa Taiao, speaking about Kanakana ki Mataura, e mihi ana ki te tokotoru e ke mai nei, Riki Parata, tāne tāmati, and Luka Whaitiri. Tēnā koutou, nau mai.
Tēnā koe, Stacey. We've got Hannah Thorburn in here today instead of Tānei Tamati. She's taken over. So tēnei te mihi atu kia koutou. Tēnā koutou ki ngā iwi mana whenua. And tēnā koe i te rangatira o Ngaitahu. Me upoko o tākou. Kia ora, Edward. Tēnā koutou katoa. Ko Riki Parata toko ingoa. Ko Hannah Thorburn tēnā. Ko Luka Whaitiri. Ko waitaha kati mamoi kaitahu tō mātou iwi, me te Aotearoa ki whakarongotai tōku iwi. So kia ora koutou, we're here, we're lucky enough to be able to work for our iwi, more specifically the Hokonui Rūnanga, in the Waimāori team, the freshwater team, in the environmental unit Kaupapa Taiao for the Hokonui Rūnanga. Let's get this going. So just quickly, for those who don't know where we are, Hokonui Rūnanga, we're one of the 18 Papatipu Rūnanga o Ngaitahu. We're right down the bottom there in Murihiku. We're in Mārua Wai, or Gore, so you might hear our Scottish whakapapa throughout our presentation. But we're here today to talk about one of our taonga that's really special to us, and it's the Kanakana, or Piharo, for those in Te Ika o Māui. So the Kanakana, it's got a New Zealand threat classification status as threatened, and it's the same status as the tākahe. So it is in decline, and traditionally, like our tipuna used to harvest Kanakana all over Te Waipounamu, same as the iwi all over Aotearoa, but sadly it's in decline and it's only concentrated to a few areas. So one of those areas is the Mataura awa, and that's where we concentrate on, more specifically the Mataura Falls, which is just south of Gore. And in 2006, our kaumātua put a mataitai over the Mataura Falls, which restricts all harvest of all of our taonga. So our tuna, our kanakana, our inanga and kaura, for all commercial, recreation and cultural catches. But you can come to the Rūnanga and get a permit for any of those harvests. But we don't give any out for kanakana because it is in decline. For a number of reasons, some that we know of, habitat degradation, but some that are unknown. They spend a good majority of their life cycle out in the moana, so we just don't know what those pressures are out there. But more importantly, we're lucky enough to be part of the Bioheritage Science Challenge. And just like the Waikato Tainui whānau, look, would be out there regardless, doing the mahi, and always will be. But being part of the Bioheritage Challenge has just accelerated our research hugely. So much so that we've joined with a lot of our partners now. And our Rūnanga has now tasked me to investigate what a dedicated research facility would look like for Kanakana and our taonga species. Now that wouldn't have happened without being part of this Bioheritage Challenge. So we want to thank Bioheritage for making that possible. And June 30th seems to be a bit of a theme, but this is our way of going beyond that and having skin in the game. So we really appreciate the help in that area. So we're going to talk about some of the mahi that we do, some of the crazy and ambitious things. We're not going to go too much into the whakapapa, we've only got 10 minutes, but we're going to talk about some of the stuff that we're up to. So this is an endeavour bid that we're with, Cawthorn, Emerging Aquatic Diseases. At Kanakana, they do get this reddening syndrome, LRS, lamprey reddening syndrome, and you can see it around the gills up in that top photo and around the tail there. Now we still don't really know what it is, so part of our research is sampling some of our healthy Kanakana and sending them to Cawthorn to really to get some good data sources around what it is. I'm going to pass the rākau now over to two of our upcoming kaitahu researchers that can't wait to get in front of the microphone. So kia ora koutou.
Kia ora. So due to the declining numbers of Kanakana, we had to start thinking of a way that of something that we could do to ensure that the species wasn't lost from our awa forever. This has been the conversation started about Kanakana propagation. In May 2023, three Ngāi Tahu whānau, Riki Parata, Molly Liders and Matt Wiley, had the opportunity, thanks to Bioheritage, to travel over to the USA to learn about how the First Nations are working to protect one of their species, the Pacific lamprey. The Pacific lamprey are very similar to Kanakana and have been heavily affected by hydroelectricity generation and irrigation schemes along the Columbia River. It got to a point where there were virtually no lamprey making it to the upper reaches of the river. This is when the respective tribes stepped in and began their journeys of propagating lamprey and releasing them back into the river. Riki, Molly and Matt spent 2 weeks looking around the different facilities and taking in ideas about how something similar could work back at home. The learnings continued with the crew getting the opportunity with some more hands-on work. This involved learning how to measure, weigh and tag the lamprey, as well as learning how to strip the lamprey for the beginning of the fertilisation process. Lamprey were then released back into the Columbia River at different life stages. The most important thing that was taken away from this experience was the manaaki that Riki, Molly and Matt were shown, and how freely everyone gave up their time and knowledge. The team returned home feeling inspired with what we could do here. The Wai-Māori team at Hokonui Rūnanga have been very busy with our new tank setup. We have 4 Kanakana at the moment, which have been in our tank since December last year. We have been watching their behaviour and changes as they get ready for spawning. Our goal of propagation is to reintroduce different life stages back into the awa, and we hope that we can have the same success as they have had in America. I will now pass on to Luka, who's going to talk about how AI has helped us.
Kia ora koutou. At the beginning of the last Kanakana season, we had 2 cameras set up at the Mataura Falls, one on the Alliance side and the other just below the old paper mill. So using these cameras, we took screenshots of all our footage of Kanakana coming up the falls, and then we inputted that into RoboFlow to create a computer vision model to help us detect and count Kanakana at the falls. So I've got a couple videos I'm going to go through. They're just prototype models at the moment, but just kind of to show off their potential. Hopefully they play. Sweet. So the purple boxes you see on there are groups of Kanakana that the AI is detecting, and the green boxes are individuals. So at the moment it's at 80% confidence rate. You see it's not perfect, it misses a few, but it's got quite a bit of potential. So it should change in a moment and drop the confidence level to around 25%. Here we go. So you can see it's picking up a lot more Kanakana now, but it's also bringing in some inconsistencies with sticks and plants in that. But we really want to push up the confidence level so it detects Kanakana like this, but remove those inconsistencies. So the goal for this mahi is to create a model that can not only detect the Kanakana arriving at the falls, but we want one that can count the individuals. So this is going to help us hugely because we can't monitor the falls 24/7. The Kanakana are nocturnal and they're very elusive. So yeah, we just can't keep our eye on them all the time. I've got one more video when this one finishes.
I think it started again, mate. Push the green button.
Oop, let's get it. There we go. Sweet. So this is another wee prototype model that we chucked together. So this one's actually detecting red abrasions or markings on the Kanakana. Yeah, so this one's very early stages, but it's showing a lot of potential. And something like this could be great when we got Kanakana in captivity to monitor their health. Because once again, we can't watch them all the time. As much as I like sitting down having lunch and watching the Kanakana. He's one of our crazy whānau who love Kanakana as much as we do. Yes, hopefully you see the potential of this model. It's got a lot of work, and we need to get more data in the next few seasons, so hopefully it's a big Kanakana run coming up. Yeah, I just want to give thanks to the Bioheritage team, specifically Kerry Ann Edge, Helen Warburton, Jane Kitson and Erina Watane. We couldn't have done this without your support. It's really allowed us to contribute to some great mahi. Thank you.
Kia ora koutou. Did I hear yesterday mention of something as the Kanakana wave? So what's a Kanakana wave? Could you please show us what is a Kanakana wave? Okay, there's a little bit of head action. I don't see many Kanakana over here. Come on. Kanakana wave. From the mana wave to Kanakana wave. Kia kaha. And sorry, Hannah, that I had you as someone completely different, but Hannah, tēnā koe, koutou katoa. Awesome. Smashed it is the term. And I don't know about you, is it just me? But when I heard that you're going to have a dedicated research centre for Kanakana, I got goosebumps. Rawe. That just goes to show what can happen and what is happening. It's very exciting. That just makes me want to go like that. Just, wow.